Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. We're hopping on today. I'm going to bring Luana from Orange Slice on. I'm going to bring Jose and Dexter from Ches on. So it should be a really good conversation. So I'm going to invite awesome Luana. There we are. Now I just need to invite Dexter on and Jose. How are you? Good morning.
Hey, friend. Good morning. How are you?
Awesome. They know what they're doing. They just asked to join. I just need to get them to need to accept them.
Cool.
Super fun stuff. Okay, we have Dexter
All
Hey,
right.
hey.
Jose. We did it.
We did it.
Nice.
We did
Yay.
it. Awesome. Thanks so much for being live with us today. I just am going to kind of lead it off, but really, this is a conversation that we want to have that's founder to founder. I'm obviously not a founder. So, but we really want to just talk about kind of Jose and Dexter's journey, how they ultimately decided to launch Ches, and then Luana here, having recently launched Orange Slides properties within the last year, can kind of have that firsthand insight. And so, yeah, that's really what today's about. Please drop questions in the chat. But by kicking it off, Luana, can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey guys. I am Lou with Orange Slice Properties. I'm here in Orlando, Central Florida area. We launched about 10 months ago with Side, and it has been such a game changer. And I feel like everything needs to know about all things Side. It's like the missing piece of the puzzle that I was forever looking for. So, yeah, if you guys wanted to kind of introduce yourselves, and for all the people that don't know all things Ches, I think that would be a great way to start.
Nice. I'm the talker, like Dexter says, Jose Medina over in Miami, Florida. We've been with Side now close to 3 years, which is pretty cool. It goes by very, very quickly. We started with a team of 6 agents and we're now close to 37, 38. So it's just been growth year over year since we came on board. And we're excited to be here live with everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're located, we like to say the west suburbs of Miami. So we're located down here in Miami, guys.
But all the parties happen in Brickell.
Pretty much, yeah. More on the
Uh,
east
on,
side. We're the west suburbs. We're just a hopscotch away.
Dexter doesn't miss them, so you'll be fine.
Awesome. So I think Luana, I'm going to give you the mic, and obviously I'll jump in with questions. But just really excited to have you all on. Also, shout out to Ches. They just closed out 2025, 135 million, no small feat. So just again, really insane growth.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
it's an incredible job, guys. So tell me a little bit about what made you look for something like Side. Were you looking for something like Side? How did this kind of happen for you guys?
Yeah, so with us, it was like, so Chaz didn't actually, but there was no Chaz prior to Side. And so Dexter and I ran teams at a previous brokerage, local brokerage, but we wanted something that had our own kind of feel, right? And when we start going out to the marketplace and you start looking for something like that, there really isn't anything quite like Side in where it gives you that brand autonomy. And so prior to Side, Ches did not exist, not the orange colors, not the fonts, not the ooh la las. So what's a world without Ches now? You know, it's crazy to know that that wasn't around 3 years ago. So yeah, that was our main kind of our main why as to why
And
Side. So yeah.
And when he,
Jose, go ahead, Dexter.
no, no. And the funny part is when he brought Ches to me, I pretty much kind of like turned the name down, right? We talked about this yesterday, and I was like, what is two Hispanic guys in Miami? Why do we need a French name? It just doesn't make any sense. And now look back three years later, it's like, thank God, right? Thank God we moved forward with Ches, you know?
Jose, what is the difference? Like, because, people can build teams anywhere. So for you, I think you speak about this really well. What is the difference between, say, building a team and building a brand?
Yeah, so when you're building a team, you're within the box of your brokerage. So how the brokerage interacts in the marketplace is kind of an extension of how your team is perceived. So no matter how hard you try as a team leader to kind of differentiate yourself from your brokerage, it
Mm-hmm.
is an extension of you. And so, or an extension of the brokerage. And so it kind of sometimes clashes, right? Because you have some headlines, right, of some big box brokerages in the media, and like you're not like that, and your team is not like that, but you're kind of perceived that way.
Yeah.
And so also for me, it's about brand, right? And we talked about this yesterday before getting on here. The branding is so like misconstrued, right? People think branding is maybe a color or a font, right? But it's not. It's actually how your customers feel or how your agents feel within your brand. So just like Coca-Cola, you see the Coca-Cola commercials during the holidays. You know,
You kind of went out,
that's
Jose.
the big.
I think you
Yeah, I was
said
getting a
something
call.
really beautiful there and you went out for a second.
Something about
Yeah, like
Coca-Cola. That's where you everybody
yeah,
started
like
breaking up.
Coca-Cola, you know, you see the commercials with Santa Claus and it's Coca-Cola and it makes you feel like at home, and maybe Coca-Cola doesn't make you feel that good when you drink it, but it does make you feel a certain way, and that what I feel is the power of branding, branding
Yeah.
yourself and branding yourself in the marketplace.
Yeah, it's how someone
Which side?
feels when they get an Apple Watch, how someone feels exactly when they step inside of a certain luxury car. So totally, like I think that is a really good point. Brand is definitely, we say this all the time, more than a logo and a color scheme. Luana,
And
what is the Orange Slice brand? What does that make people feel? You're such a good
Happy,
representative.
happy, excited, fun. If it's not fun, we don't want it. And still executing at a really high level, right? So I don't think real estate has to be boring. So we definitely wanted to bring something vibrant and unique to the market, and I think we've done a great job with that alongside Side. So, guys, when you were transitioning over, decided to kind of pull the trigger. What was that like for you? How is Side plug and play? Because I think that's the really big differentiator. A lot of people think systems are like, oh, we get a CRM. And I think Side offers so much more than that. So what does that look like for you guys in your business?
we've always said it, right? Where we look like a boutique, right? And we have that boutique feel. We're able to build our culture, like Jose says, and not feel so like robots and big box. We're able to build that feel that we want with our company to then our agents to give our clients, right? But we're backed by something bigger, which is AKA Side, right? So we have that tech, we have the systems, we have the CRM that all these big box companies do, but with a more homier feel. And I think that's the power of partnering with Side.
I think something I really like that we chatted about is for you, Dexter, you're the money guy, as they say. And it was really important that y'all could do something that then put you in a position where you didn't lose any
Yeah.
production time. So
Yeah.
can you talk about that and how the transition, how, and Jose too, how you were building, but at the same time, you never had to step out of producing?
Yeah, so Jose and I have been in the business for about 10 plus years. So we already had our book of business. We already had teams. We had a couple of team agents. We are already kind of running as a team. But with plugging into Side, it kind of helped us still stay in production, right? We're able still to produce at a high level, but also build this brand and this brokerage, right? We're not sitting behind a desk and writing checks and trying to build everything from scratch, right? We were able to kind of more plug and play. We still built things, and the systems that Side gave us, we kind of doubled down on them and built them, but it was a lot faster, and we were able to stay in production, not only for ourselves, but also for our agents, right? So we know what's going on. We're boots in the ground. When things change, disclosures change, conversations change, we can train and coach our agents correctly. Because if we're staying behind a desk after a certain amount of years, we're going to lose touch, right? And how are we going to train our agents correctly if we're not out there seeing what's going on, right? And
I
that
see
was our
Ches
big thing.
agents. I see Ches agents in the comments like clapping for y'all. And that's cool, right? Because you weren't just given a blank canvas, you were given infrastructure. So that's why in the first couple of years you built Ches University. You had like the infrastructure to then create this great tool that now all your agents use for training and adopting all your SOPs. And you recently launched, this wasn't related to Side, but again, because you had the fundamentals resolved, you were able to launch a branding agency within
Yeah.
Chaz. which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Agent
mean,
Z. Now let Jose talk a little bit about that.
it gave us that infrastructure to your point. So we had we had programs that site already provided for marketing and some templates already done, and that kind of helped give us the launching pad, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, to launch a company, a brand, a logo, have a brand guide, and do that all in call it a month and a half before your company is
Pretty
live,
incredible.
is insane. The department, DBPR, associations. I mean, to do all these things that site is doing for you to build that brand before you launch into the marketplace, to do that on my own, I don't know if I could have done it.
It was something like a 700-point checklist, and it felt like nothing. Like it was literally just such a seamless transition. I feel like I've switched brokerages, and it's felt more difficult than launching an entire company with Side, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, who do you guys feel that is the ideal partner for Side? Who is Side for? Is it just
Yeah,
for any
that's
big agent? Like who's a good fit for
I,
Side?
I, 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 I truly think cited for someone who wants to build a business, right? For someone that really wants to create a business around their production and around their success, right? But they have to be able to really treat it like a business. It's not like I produce this much and like come follow me. No, it's building the SOPs, right? The whatever you do to document that, to provide it to your agents, but to do it in a way where you can scale it, right? So they have it and need it when they want it. And you can also start doing other things that's going to help grow the business, right? So that's why it's so important to document, build SOPs like we did Ches University, because it allowed us to send someone to go through training and
What
through a contract, how to run a CMA. So we didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to do this over and over and over again. It was now we built this university that helped our agents grow. And it gave us now a little bit more time to now help grow the business. I think, Luana, you're doing a great job with the seller and
Thanks.
the listing. I think you're doing trainings, and you're building this training module, right? For your agents to go through to then become, these listing machines, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a little bit of time and effort to build that out, and then you can scale it. So that's building a
yeah.
business, right? It's not just come follow me and do this. It's truly building a business.
I think that the topic said it, and I think we all said this yesterday, which is like I didn't want to be like 60 years old showing properties, right? And the only way that you can do that is by building a business. And we said it, like real estate agents, they don't like retire, they die, right? And you
or
see it, it's so
expire
like
if you're
okay,
Die was
expired,
the word. To be fair, it
die.
was die.
We, when you look at that and you think of that, you have to start thinking uh, as a business. And again, in order for you to kind of launch this and launch it in a very proficient way, that's where Side comes into place. And now at 3 years in, 3 years and a half or whatnot, we're able to go on vacation and we're able to see kind of this business still continue to run despite like us not necessarily in the office every single day. That's a beautiful thing. And I don't know of any other platform that allows you to do something like that. And again, at the end of the day, is that you have that ownership as well, right? And
Mhm.
so there is that component to it, right? There's that brand equity, if you will.
yeah, at the end of it, it's so amazing to watch from afar, to watch Orange Slice Properties and Luana and watch Ches and Jose and Dexter, what you're building. You all really are just like a cut above. And it's amazing to see what you've created and encapsulated with these businesses. I guess my question for you is what does it look like when you're actually recruiting to talk to someone about bringing them on to Orange Slice versus bringing them on to a team, or bringing them on to Ches versus bringing them on to, the Jose Medina team?
That's exactly what I was going to mention is, it's a different experience. I think there was a little bit of fear because you think, oh, if I leave this big box or I leave this, current reputation, first of all, is my team going to come with me? Which in my case, our entire team did come with me. And now I get so many agent interviews, we turn people away. We get to really pick and choose, but that's because we're really like living in alignment with purpose and clarity, right? So I think you can't find your people if you're not being your authentic self. And once you kind of step out of that box, it's like the floodgates open. And you guys kind of touched on that a little bit yesterday too.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
one of the
support.
conversations that we had with Guy, right? He told us we're like, recruiting and this and that. He said, guys, just be yourselves and
Hmm.
attract, right? And that's what we've done since day one. We've been ourselves, and when you're yourself, when you don't try to fake anything, you attract the people that are there that are like yourself, right? And that's what you want.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think that
Jose, I'll let you finish.
also, I think that it's also, and this is a page out of Guy's book as well. We get so caught up in like the big bots. Oh, they have this tool and they have that and they have this, but we're everything that they are not, and
Yes.
that's exactly what makes us successful in the world of like big box and Costco and Walmart. We're, the Chanel, we're the
Yeah.
Hermes, you know what I'm saying? I think that he made this analogy, which is great. The most expensive fish in the world is like koi fish, right? And we said this over dinner, right, Ash? I mean, so you would think that it's this big, big monstrous type fish, but it's the koi fish. It's the small boutique that makes it more powerful, if you will, in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think side gives us a really, really firm foundation, and we kind of get to build this like beautiful custom home, right? And I think it's a really great, like, untouchable combination. I've never seen
Yeah,
anything like it.
I love it.
All you've got to say is ooh la la.
We gotta say it like
Um,
this. Ooh la la.
ooh
No,
la
I
la.
think that's Italian. I think
Yeah, I
that's
was about to
Italian.
say that
Oh
maybe
yeah.
from
Oh,
mafia.
yeah. I felt like it was French. I don't know.
Um, any final words from you, Luana, that or Jose and Dexter that you want to share?
I think the proof is just in the pudding, right? I
Yeah.
think whenever people say, how did you know it was the right decision? How did you know it was the right time? It's like you always know where you are, but if you don't try something new, you're always left wondering. And I never want to wonder what's on the other side of something new. So that's kind of my 2 cents. The best thing I ever did, no looking back, and obviously same for you guys.
I love your brand, by the way, Lou. It's
Thanks, I appreciate y'all.
amazing. I see everything you're doing with the open houses and the champagne and like just the branding all
Thank
over,
you.
like the shirts and the bags, and I'm just like, wow, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. Team Orange, right?
Team Orange.
Let's go.
Team
Thanks so
Orange.
much for hopping on today at 11 a.m. PST.
11
11
a.m.
a.m. our
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, do we have
really,
any?
Yeah,
Do we?
we
really.
got there in the end, right?
You all are doing such amazing stuff, and it's always great to chat with you. So thank you. Of
Thank you for the support, Ash. We appreciate you.
course.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for
Take
having
care.
us. All right.
Thanks,
Take care.
friends.